So here's my little baby, and he stayed with me the whole time I was in the hospital. But you want to look at the ABCs. And I give them, the people who have pets, they've got their handout. ABC stands for airway, B is breathing, C is cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So the first thing you want to do, if you find a dog and he's lying on his side, you want to try to shake him, see if he's okay. If he doesn't come out, you want to see if his airway is obstructed. Now, if he's unconscious and not breathing, you can do this. If he's kind of lying there, he's not feeling really good, don't do this. Don't do any of this. Yes, they will bite your ass. But when you see a dog and he's collapsed, you want to check that his airway is clear first. And I've tried to find a dog that had an open mouth and a tongue, but I couldn't find one. But what you want to do is open their mouth, pull their tongue, and you can actually lift them up like
Gently.
this. Yeah, but you can actually lift their head up. But you want to straighten out that neck. And then look inside there and see if there's anything, any obstruction. Because the things that dogs will do, because they're idiots, is they will play with balls and swallow them. I used to have those little cute super balls, little bitty for the cats. I had to get rid of them because the dogs will get, oh cool, you know, and there you go. So when they're unconscious and they're not breathing and there's no pulse, you want to open up that mouth, pull that tongue out, look down in there, and if there's something in there, you want to get in there and pull that out. If it's vomit or if it is the ball or any kind of foreign object, and sometimes the foreign object may fall back in farther. And so you've got to get it out, so you've got to do the doggy Heimlich. And with a bigger dog like this, you want to pick the dog, put his back up against you, put it right under his rib cage, just like us. That would be where you do that. And keep in mind, he's dead. You got to help him. So you do like this.
I knew exactly.
You do it at least 5 times. And then you see if, then you go, put your mouth over his, close his mouth, breathe into his nose, and if you see his lungs, okay, that airway is clear. But then you, if his heart rate is still, if he still doesn't have a pulse, you've got to help him. And on a dog, if you take their elbow, that's their elbow, and you pull it back toward their rib cage, where it touches, that's their heart. Their heart is going to be, should be this way. Their heart is on their left side. So if you are doing CPR to a dog or a cat, it's going to be there. That's going to be where their heart is. You can put your hand there and feel if they have a pulse. You can also put your hand on the inside of their back leg and see if they have a pulse. But this is where you're going to have the most help with that. So when you do it, I can't get down because you won't see me, but you put the dog on his right side. Why would we do that? It's on the left. So the rule is if it's a pet that's 90 pounds or under, you're going to do 5 compressions and a breath. If it's over 90 pounds like Carter, you do 2 compressions and breath. So you find where his heart is, put your hand there, put your other hand on top, and you really have to make sure that you're going down. Don't do this like they do in the movie. Ooh, look. No, you want to really push 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to close the mouth, breathe into the mouth, and you're going to be watching to see if that goes up. Then you keep doing that. Do that for about 20 minutes. Now sometimes the dog will wake up. And you think, woohoo! No. You want to have somebody already calling the emergency vet saying, we're on our way in. And then if the dog kind of comes up, you still want to take them to the vet immediately because their heart can stop again. It's very common that it stops again. So while somebody is driving you, and again, preferably not somebody like me who's going, you want to have them drive you, you're going to be in the back seat with the dog still doing this. Now when you have a little dog, and a lot of us have Chihuahuas and Shih Tzus and little bitty dogs and cats.
You just squeeze them once and blow in the nose.
What you have to realize is you've all seen my Carter. I'm gonna have to really blow to get that air into Carter to make his ribs go out. When you're working with a little bitty dog, you can actually burst their lungs. So you have to very gently, all you're wanting to see is that they come out just a little bit. That's all you're wanting to see. And the same thing, because they're little, how many compressions do you do? 5. So again, put the animal on their, which side? Right side. And you're going to sort of like a baby, because you try doing this to a cat, he's gonna have a lot more problems when he wakes up. So you're gonna be doing it like you do a baby, with just that. But you still want to have it in the right place. You want to just push down, do some compressions, 5 compressions and a breath. 5 compressions and a breath. All the while getting somebody to drive you to the vet so that you can go get them in there. Because if the dog or cat survives, they need to do other tests that you can't do to make sure that your baby's okay. And they have to get them stabilized, and a lot of times that's with drugs, and we don't have that. So, do we have any questions on pet CPR?
Okay, the elbow,
Yeah,
explain which side.
okay. A dog, the part that bends here, that's their elbow.
Yeah.
Left side.
On the
Left
left, right. So you take their left leg and you pull it to where it makes contact with the ribs, and that's where their heart is.
Right.
So when you pull it over, where it touched there, that's where their heart is. So you want to put your hand over there. When you have a really big dog, it's a lot easier, because you can have your hand there and there. You know, you're holding them down and you go, okay, now that's where I want to go.
When you do this, your elbow still bent? or-
No.
No.
Oh, you just kick it.
All you're doing is pushing your leg.
It's just
Gotcha.
telling you where the heart is.
And just like for those of you who participated in human CPR, you know, on TV they do this, you know, because they can't do CPR on a real person or they'll kill them. So you really do have to push. And people are going, you need to make some impressions there. And
You
the
can break
easiest way-
ribs.
Oh, yeah.
when you do this.
A lot of people
That's
say
one
CPR
reason
get
why you
broken
take
ribs.
him to the vet.
Broken ribs, you can deal with. A dead animal, you can't.
Right.
Yes.
It might help with the image, that when you're performing CPR, what you're actually doing is you're trying to put enough pressure on the chest cavity to get the heart to contract to pump the blood.
And the ribs actually protect them.
And the ribs and the other muscles around it protect all that, including the lungs, give a lot of sponge goodness. You really do have to press hard because you're trying to artificially pressurize the heart to push the blood around. So, like she was saying on TV, everything you see on TV when they're doing CPR is all theatrics. If they really did CPR on a person on a show, that person would go from filming to the hospital.
Right.
They
They do really good CPR on something, it's not usually a dummy.
Yes.
One of the
Yes,
things.
ma'am.
I am trained in CPR, and you know they always tell us to do it at the pace of staying alive. You know,
That's what I was gonna say.
Whether you're a brother or whether you're a
Staying
mother.
alive.
staying alive.
Is there a rate for animals? Is it the same?
Basically the same. 1,
About
2,
120 minutes.
3, 4, 5, 3.
Yeah, but that's
It's
not
actually
as fast
whether
as
you're a brother or whether you're a mother, it's faster. So instead with human, whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive. This would be whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, stay alive. But you don't want to sit there and hold your dog and do this. You're not gonna get the thing. The best thing to do is to put them on the ground. Or if you had a table like the Vietnamese, you can't get down on the ground. Put them on something flat and do that.
And beds do not
Flat and
qualify.
soft. Yeah, beds do not qualify. It has to be something hard and flat. You don't want to put it on a bed because you won't get the compression. So, again, now you started it and you've got somebody that said, okay, they're expecting us at the vet, and you take the dog and you put the dog in the car, in the back seat, and you're continuing to do that until you get home to the vet. It may take you a while, and it could maybe not work, but you could also be saving.
If you don't have something hard, get a piece of plywood or something. you know, just stick it under.
Anything you what? Yeah, if you have an SUV or a van, you can get in the back and do it on the floor. And you just want to make sure you're continuing to do that the whole time. And then, once they get to the bed, if they survive, if you weren't too late, or if they just, sometimes you do everything right and it doesn't work. But if they get there, then the vet can deal with the broken ribs, the vet can give them the medicine they need, they can keep them overnight and watch them. Does everybody who has a pet, do you know where your emergency vet is? Okay.
Unfortunately, I live so far in the country that the emergency vet is.
Well, we have a vet that we can get to, but it takes about the same amount of time to get to this one emergency vet for us as it does to go to this one that's in downtown Dallas on 75 in Mockingbird. It's a veterinary company called Hillside Vets. And the good thing about them is when you bring them in, I don't care if it's in the middle of the night, I don't care if it's on a holiday, whatever, you're charged a regular vet bill. So, because we've been there, you know, been there a lot recently, and these people were coming in, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're bringing their pets in for their regular shots.
That's the time they can get there.
Yeah, you know, they work, so they come in, and again, they get paid, it's just a regular vet price. And they have several vets on there at the same time. So, that's one that is a really good one. If you live anywhere close, like maybe in Garland, it might be close enough for you to get in. And that's a really good place to go, and they're top notch. And if you tell them you need to always call ahead to your vet. Always call ahead, because if they know you're coming and it's an emergency, they're gonna get you. Whereas if you come in and they've got other people that are ahead of you that are still kind of emergency, but not like that, they'll try to take them in head first. So you can save yourself a lot of waiting for that. Some people that don't have a million pets can get, not me, you can get pet insurance for your pet. Somebody, Diana, like you've got 2. I get it.
Do you have any brands?
Talk to your vet, she'll recommend the best one. He or she, they're being sexist here. They will recommend the best one.
Hey, Rende, I want you to show me how you CPR on the snake now.
Get a hoe.
Susan, I believe we're rolling better at that.
No, that's a different type of heart massage. No, if it's a snake, snake's on its own. I have no idea how to do that.
I'm just picking on it.
But anyway, be sure, again, the dog's mouth is open, you hold them by their tongue, you open in their mouth. And I will tell you though, even though they're unresponsive and their heart's not beating, every once in a while you get a weird one and they will bite you. It's like a rattlesnake, you chop their head off, and people go, I'll chop its head off, and they reach out, and the rattlesnake head pops up and bites them. It can happen. So you want to open their mouth, pull that tongue out, straighten that neck, see if there's anything in there, scoop that out. Then you're going to put them on there, the right side, onto something hard, and you're going to pull the elbow back to where it touches the ribs, and you know that's where their heart is. You're going to put your head and stand over them. Do you remember when we were doing CPR and people were coming back here? You have to be over them.
Yeah.
Because and you want your arms
keep your
locked,
arms straight.
so that you can really give them that push.
Rende, there's a stuffed snake over there. Can you do that? No.
No. And again, Heimlich, if you had to. You can also, on a cat or a dog, it looks horrible. You can do them like this. You can put your hand. I can't do it with this hand.
I already do
Get
that
the
regularly.
butt. Get the butt of your hand, and you know you got them held like that.
Yeah.
You know, push that child just like a child. Don't hit them with the. You know, do the butt of the hand. Push, and again this. Whatever you need to do to get that airway clear. All right. So any other questions?
What if it's a turtle?
We still sleep with that dog?
This dog? No, he's my new dog from this.
Is it different with cats?
too.
No, they're the same.
For the pressure?
For the pressure, yes, because you still want that, you want to.
Small dog.
But again, if I was doing a Carter dog and I'm doing this, you would kill a little bitty dog or a cat. But you want to just, you just want to see the chest go down like that, not just a little bit, but really go down to get that heart pumping. And again, on a cat or a little dog, you're going to be putting your mouth over the whole thing there. But you want to blow in just enough to let that, because you don't want to go,
No.
Yes.
Unlike the cartoons, you want it to like a balloon blow.
It will not float, yeah. And there have been a lot of cats and little dogs that come in that the owners tried to do that and they burst their lungs. So you just, again, you've got to be calm. You've got to be the calm one. And when John's not there, I am calm. So when he's there, I am loose to be crazy, and I will do that. But you just have to be calm and do that to your pets. All right,
The elbow trick for finding the heart, does that work for
same
cats?
same with cats.
Okay.
I'm glad you told me about the cat, cause our cat Goose, 2 years ago, snuck out, ran out of our house when our care worker was taking my late mother on a trip, and she was chasing him around the house. She said, well, I know Alan's gonna be home soon, so I'll just let him, and then when I came home, the cat ran around and he was there. How did you get outside? He was there patting us with, don't you know it's too hot for you? So he ran back, but I didn't know about that part with that.
Right.
I just thought he just,
Yeah, and you can actually put a water hose on a hot dog or cat as long as it's not freezing water, or put wet towels around them. Anything you can get to cool them down. You've got to be careful on giving them water. Sometimes they won't take the water. They will puke it up. So you can put just a little bit in your hand, but don't get ice water. If God, don't get ice water. Same with human, don't give them ice water, you don't want to shock them. So, all right, if everybody is happy, happy? Yes, they're happy? What?
What if it's a clown?
It's a clown, he's dead.
I don't mind clowns, but I'll let face paint.
No, in fact, John and I had to walk our dog, and as we walked, there's a driveway and then there's a sewer. And every time, I'm shining the light in there, looking for that damn, and I won't even step over the sewer, I go into the grass. There's no damn clown in there. You don't know that! They hide and they pop out when you're not ready for it. All right.
I have a weird wife, thank you.
Well, y'all think
You married
this
her.
is weird, but we heard our oldest son screaming, "No, Uther, no!" And we rush in there, and he's giving his pet a real rat, not a cute little thing, a hamster, a real rat that he had, and he's giving it mouth to mouth.
I would. I love rats and mice.
He was so upset. No, Uther, they only live a few years.
Doesn't mean that their presence doesn't touch you. All right, does anybody want a dog? No, do you want to try? No, I was going to actually get this way, but come on out and try it.
what if it's a goldfish?
Push. Okay, let her try. Okay, now what's that? You found your dog under
Left side.
But they're responsive. Are they breathing? A is airway. So you want to open the mouth, straighten their neck out. Straighten their neck out. Pull that tongue. Look in their mouth. If you see anything, spit it out. Then before you start going and close his mouth, breathe. See if it goes out. If he does, you go, okay, I can start CPR. And you want to put him on which side? The left side. No, right side. The right side. Right. His right side. On his right side, not your right side. Okay, put him on his right side. And you got to find the heart. Pull his elbow to it until it touches there. So that's where his heart is. All right, now feel there. Feel pulse. Don't feel pulse. He's not breathing on his own. And you can do that by putting a mirror in front of his face. Whatever you need to do. He's not breathing on his own. So now you're going to start CPR. His airway is clear. No, this is the center dog.
Okay, well,
Okay, here,
my little, they're about this size.
19 years.
okay, found his heart.
Cats actually live longer than dogs.
Because I wonder if, like, how much pressure he gets.
They can get up into the 30-year-old.
Siamese had a bunch of other years.
Yeah. Dogs.
But you're looking to the side.
The smaller the dog,
You know, you don't, you can do 2 fingers, but you just. I'm never gonna get rid of that. Just one, let it go down, and then put your mouth over this. Did you see his breath? Did you see his rib cage go up? If you saw his rib cage go up, then you know his airway's clear.
Well,
And you keep doing this now, all the while, you're getting somebody.
I live by myself, so I'm not gonna have somebody.
Well, you may have to get a neighbor.
Okay.
Scream and get a neighbor and say, can you drive me to the vet? I'll tell you where to
Yeah,
go.
it's gonna be pretty much me, but, I mean, I can call 911. I can't call 911.
No, they won't come in for that.